What's up, guys? Welcome to another Battlefield Bad Company 2 commentary on Harvest Day. And this map always reminds me of World War II because of the open fields and the farm areas, and it's just like a very open map with a lot of flanks that you can take. And I kind of feel bad for the defenders in this game for the first half, and then for the second half I kind of feel bad for the attackers, because in the first half of the game, in this area, in this objective area, in the one after, and yeah, this objective area and the one after, it's kind of a clusterfuck for the defenders, because the attackers have 3 tanks while the defenders have 2, and in the next area the attackers have 2 tanks while the defenders only have 1. And also, since the map is wide open, the enemy tanks, what they like to do is they like to come on the right hand side and the left hand side, and they'll start firing at the area like that, using the tanks as artillery instead of, you know, going for tank to tank warfare. Even though you'll see that a lot, tank to tank warfare, sometimes the drivers, they'll just use the tank as artillery. And what the tankers would do is they'll put on optic sights, they'll go all the way to the back of the map and stay there, and they will aim directly for the B building, and they'll knock down the B building, and then what they'll do is they'll have a guy go plant A, and A's planted now, and what they'll do is they'll cover A by continuously firing at A with their tanks, and that just destroys anybody that tries to grab it. So a good pro tip to any of you guys who are playing on this map and are playing as a tanker is to do what this guy's doing. Don't do what this guy's doing, because what he's doing is moving off to the left hand side. The left hand side is wide open, you can see him, and right here, this part right here is amazing. I do some James Bond shit. Check it out, check it out. When you have the M1 Garand, you're equipped with C4 instead of the grenade launcher, and that goes for shotguns as well. And you continuously see me do this throughout the game. It's just I go ballistic on these guys. But if you're a tanker, take the right hand side. If you're a defender, just make sure you get rid of those tanks and watch A. A is the priority, B is not, because B could just be knocked down for this first one. But other than that, I wanted to talk about the riots in Vancouver, because that's just what happened last night was just insane. From watching it on the news, and I was watching a live feed of it, and these guys were just going insane. So the first point that I want to bring up is that they destroyed their own hometown, basically. I remember I watched the video a while ago. I can't find it. I was looking for it, I couldn't find it. I was gonna try to use it to compare to this one, of a riot in Los Angeles or somewhere, I forgot where. But basically what happened with this riot was the KKK came and did a very peaceful demonstration. Now I know I'm not saying, oh yeah, good for the KKK. Yeah, no, I don't like the motherfuckers. But they came and they did a very peaceful demonstration. They didn't destroy anything. They didn't do anything. And they just walked through the town, and of course they have their right to do that. So the police had to protect them. Even black cops had to protect the KKK. And it's because they have their right of freedom of speech. But the KKK came and did what they did, and they didn't even cause any trouble. But the people that actually lived in that town went and destroyed their own town because they were angry at the KKK and at the police for allowing the KKK to walk through this town and do their peaceful demonstration. And they ended up in the long run destroying their own hometown, knocking over cars, setting fire to some houses, some cars, whatnot. And I thought that was the KKK's mission. The KKK just walks into the town, does a peaceful demonstration, and they kind of know that the people are just going to destroy their own hometown in riots over anger that the KKK was allowed to walk through the town. And that's kind of similar to what happened here. The Bruins came, I believe that's the way you pronounce their name. I'm not big on hockey. The Bruins came, they played the game in peace, and Vancouver fans, they just started a riot. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the goal of the Boston team, but that's kind of similar to what happened here, except with that the Boston team, that's not their goal. They won the game. From what I've heard, it was a good, fair game. true Vancouver fans, congratulated Boston for winning. And riots happened like this last time when Vancouver was beaten by the New York Rangers. So I guess Vancouver just has like a history of rioting. And as I go through these pictures online, you see some crazy shit. You see a Mercedes-Benz being burnt, the car behind it on fire, people posing in front of it. This guy, I think he's a man of a different persuasion. He has a purse, some tight pants, and he's wearing the Vancouver jersey as like, you know how the rich people wear those little sweaters over their necks and it goes onto their back. Yeah, like Carlton and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's the way he's wearing this. And then as you go back in the photo, you see this guy in front of a burning police car, holding up middle fingers, posing, and it's like, do you not think you're gonna get caught? They got your ugly mug on picture right here. You're online. You're done. And the cops were discussing this. The police commissioners and whatnot, they were discussing this, that there's cameras basically on like every corner, from regular stores to CCTV cameras and whatnot. And there was at the same time there's a crowd of over 100K plus that was rioting through the town. But it's going to be hard to find through those cameras. It's going to probably take time to find those select few who were actually starting this shit, putting the cars on fire or whatnot. It might take some time. I hate voice cracks. It might take some time because it's like trying to find a needle, a specific needle in a stack of needles. There's just so many people around there that you just can't point out the ones that are actually doing the trouble and point out the ones who are just standing around watching. And when there's riot police in the street, I don't know, like if somebody gets the memo in their head, they see riot police, riot gear, batons, tear gas, fucking mace. They see guys behind the front lines of the police with AR-15s. I guess because they were behind the line of riot police, that was probably the last resort. They weren't definitely going to use AR-15s on the people. Most likely they even have rubber bullets in it or paintball. You never know what they have in those, and probably live rounds sometimes. It's just as a precaution, just in case somebody decides to spark crazy shit in the riot, even more crazier than what happened last night, and start shooting. Because there's no such thing as gun control in any country whatsoever. Wow, I keep having voice cracks. I guess it's because I woke up like fucking 20 minutes ago. Don't you guys hate voice cracks? But there's bound to be somebody with a gun, and the riot police probably knew that, and they had the guys on standby with the AR-15s. But this guy is just posing here with his middle fingers in the air. I'll give you guys a link to where you can check this out. It's on the Huffington Post. They always have like, because I use AOL Mail, and if you use AOL Mail, no, it's not like you have to pay for it. I don't know why people think that, but it's just AOL Mail. And if you go on the homepage, they always have top stories up there. And definitely one of the top stories is about the Vancouver riots. So I will link you guys to the the photos. We'll just make a little memo. Okay, boom. Because I always forget shit sometimes. And these photos, they're just like they're a lot of them are of the people actually celebrating the riot. I guess they're just like sitting there in front of this. Just ridiculous. There's a car pretty much burnt upside down, just like it looks like a fucking hamburger. No tires on it. The tires are probably burnt off. This is an aftermath photo. This is of this morning, I believe, of the aftermath, because there's no rioters. There's people cleaning up. You got more riot police here with AR-15s and whatnot. This guy's wearing a Canadian flag. I don't get it. It's like you're wearing a Canadian flag, but you're destroying a city of Canada. So I don't get it. And at the end of the day, you got to think to yourself, all this was over a hockey game? A hockey game? Are you serious? And I know that the majority of the real, not even the majority, the real Canucks fans and the real Vancouver fans wouldn't riot over a hockey game. So most likely, most of these guys were not there because they were pissed off over a hockey game. They were probably just using it as an excuse to just start a riot and, I don't know, have their version of what's fun. A voice crack again. Jesus Christ. That's number 3. That's number 3. I'm just gonna keep on counting. Hold on. Let me take a second here. You gotta let your balls drop sometimes, you know, no homo. But also, they have videos of a dude getting a flashbang to the nuts. And then last night, while I was watching the live stream, this dumbass decided that it would be funny for him to try to jump over a car. How beautiful. Let's jump over a fucking car that's on fire. Let's try to do that, because obviously I'm doing a circus show out here. And the dumbass falls into the car that's on fire. Luckily, by God's shield of luck, he gets out and he's not on fire and he's perfectly fine, and he's all happy about it. He's like, woo, like, what the fuck, dude, you almost got burned to death. He literally fell in the car that's just in fumes. It was the Mercedes-Benz, and the Mercedes-Benz was on fire, and the headlights were still on and whatnot. It was something straight up out of a movie. And there we go again, blow up another tank. I believe that's not my second one. I don't know how many I've blown up. I haven't been paying attention to the gameplay. But this dumbass really just hops over the car. I don't know where I could find that video. It was in the live stream, so I have no idea where to find that video at this point. You might want to just look up Vancouver Riots, I don't know, falling over car. Oh, also this photo. This photo is kind of interesting. It's basically the photo of a couple kissing in the middle of everything. In the middle of everything, they're on the floor, like, getting it on, just kissing. I don't know if they were like, if the freaking riot turned them on, if they were like, ooh, cars blowing up, shit's blowing up, let's just make out here on the floor. And here, I don't know if he was like taking off his clothes there, but oh no, that's his book bag. But that's kind of interesting. Now the media is having fun with this. They're trying to look for the couple. It's on thousands of media websites. It's like it's turning into one of those photos where it's just like it captures the moment. You know, it just captures the heat of the moment. Like, I don't know what the hell they were kissing about, but that would be an interesting story to hear why they were kissing and what happened. Maybe she thought something happened to him. Maybe she thought that he got stabbed or something, because there was stabbings, and they just decided, I love you and I love you too, and let's get it on right here. Even though there's riot police with batons, we can use that. You never know what they might be thinking, but the Vancouver riots were really crazy. And there's also a guy on Facebook, like, kind of just confessed. Tegan, somebody that I follow on Twitter, linked us to this photo, and basically this is what he said, and I quote, from Brock Anton: maced in the face, hit with a baton, tear gas twice, 6 broken fingers, blood everywhere, punched a fucking pig in the head. Oh, punched a fucking pig in head with riot gear, and knocked him to the ground, I guess he has 6 broken fingers, you know, you got to cut this guy some slack. I knocked him to the ground, threw the jersey on a burning cop car, flipped some cars, burnt some smart cars, burnt some cop cars. I'm on the news, one word, history, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. No, dumbass, you're on TV, one word, jail, bitch. He's gonna end up in jail, this dumbass. That's his Facebook. Like, what the fuck? You gotta be one stupid motherfucker. I really, it's kind of funny at the same time. I feel bad for you people living in Vancouver, though. Best of luck to you guys out there. I went 18 for 1 in this game. I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. Till next time, peace.